Hello everyone. Welcome to my video. I am Leishin and my student ID is 19140196. Today I'm going to describe about the culture, specifically the traditional events, festival and holidays in Vietnam. Before going straight to the topic, I introduce you the structure of my topic. The first one, the brief overview of Vietnamese culture. The second one, the events and how each of them is celebrated. And the third one, the suggestion for the international tourists. Uh, Now I will start the first part, the overview. For who don't know, the Vietnamese is one of the Asian country which is near the China mainland. That is why our culture is deeply affected by the Chinese and also by the French and American due to the arrivals of those country for the war purpose that I would not mention here. However, this is why we use two kinds of calendar in parallel. The solar calendar is the same, which is the same as the international calendars, and lunar calendar, which is counted based on the monthly cycle of moon's phase. That means that the solar calendar goes faster than the lunar ones. Surprisingly, the traditional holidays in our country occur based on the lunar calendar. We have lots of traditional festival, and it is my pleasure to present to you about our traditional event. Initially, also the most common, the Tet holiday. That holiday is known as the Chinese New Year or the Lunar New Year. This is the first day of the year in the lunar calendar. In the past, this holiday often lasts for a month. However, after a period of modernization, this event only in the three first day of the year. This day symbolizes for the gathering of the family members. People who work far from the hometown or still have stuff remain, they will put them aside and return to the family and to celebrate the holiday together. According to the Vietnamese ancestor, a well begin is a halfway done. I can explain that this means a good beginning is a sign that everything will be right on its track. So Vietnamese citizens always renew everything that broken or too old, so as they look. Traditionally, we often get Áo Dài in the Lunar New Year. Aside from suit, Áo Dài is considered as the second formal clothes of our country. There are many modified versions of Áo Dài according to Nguyen in 2017. It included a long sleeve, a tight fit around the mandarin collar and thread area, and a noticeable slit on the sides from the waist to the ankle characterize a classic Áo Dài. It's usually paired with a pair of loose-fitting slacks and a high-necked long-sleeve tunic with slit down to the sides. Today, in that holiday, everyone had the right to choose whatever they would love to wear as long as it is new or looks polite. Uh, on this day, they do give the children and the elderly the lucky money. In exchange, they receive the best wishes for the new year. In the end, people had lunch together and enjoyed the traditional sticky rice of Vietnam's called bánh chưng and bánh dày. Next, 15, the first lunar month, is called the Lantern Festival. Originally, this is the festival that occurred in the Buddhist community. According to the Wikipedia 2021, this is celebrated in China as an ending point for Chinese New Year celebration, as well as the initiation of a working period. Then Chinese migrated, and now it's became one of the traditional Vietnamese festival on holidays. In this time, people in their formal clothes come to the pagoda to pray Buddha for a good upcoming year. According to Lam in 2020, this is celebrated most in the Chinese community where Buddhists gather. Different from other places in Vietnam, many cultural performances and games are held here, such as the lion dance, the lighting, and watching lanterns. Today, the Lantern Festival is considered as a cultural heritage of Vietnam. Uh, Hung King commemoration days come after the Lantern Festival, which occur on the 10th, the third lunar month. Wikipedia in 2021 says that the purpose of the festival is to mnemonic the effects, the merit of the Hung Kings, who contribute greatly to the glory of Vietnam in the past. In spite of the fact that only the mononym of the first king is Hung, the festival is for all the 18 kings and dynasty of Vietnam. People who live in the northern Vietnam usually arrive in the high temple located in the Phu Thọ province, Vietnam, to emulate the fruits, sticky rice, the bánh chưng, bánh dây, to express their respect to the Asian king. In other places, especially workplace, school, or hospital, the citizens set up an altar for whom have no chance to come to the high temple. The next important festival in our tradition is the Vu Lan Festival. In Asian countries, especially in Vietnam, PAT is highly serious. That's the origin of this day. People call it the parent days of Vietnamese. However, day is also a day of another festival for who is not Vietnamese. For who is not Vietnamese, it is quite complicated. So let me explain. I will first introduce you the full Vu Lan Festival. The Vu Lan Festival happened on the 15 the first 15 the 7th lunar month, and this is also the Wandering Soul festival day. Basically, in the ancient people thought that parents have spent their whole lives taking care of us, and Vu Lan Festival is the time for the children to illustrate their gratitude. A simple way to say that, according to Nanda 2016, it is to honor the parents and ancestors. Usually, the Buddhists will take their parents to the pagoda or temples with the rest row on the top, whose abstract meaning is distinguished with the white rows of people whose parents eternally back to the motherland. Regard to Phong 2007, only in Dong Nai province this event attracted for 700,000 followers in 2007, which is 14 years from today. To the one who do not follow any religious or follow other religion, they celebrate by spending the precious time with their moms and dad, doing stuff for them, as well as giving them the best wishes. You might miss something. As I said before, this is also the Wandering Soul Day. The legend wrote that through the famine by ages, the bodies lie at everywhere due to the starvation. The spirit go around to satisfy a hungry stomach by taking anything eatable instead of reincarnation. The living people's role is to tribute the snacks, the food, to those spirits to pray for them, while receiving the luck and prosperity in exchange. Time passed, the custom cannot keep it all originals. For who do not tribute, they are able to participate in the Wandering Soul Day by playing the role of the Wandering Soul. I mean that they will await for a house owner to finish their ritual, then grab the tribute left over. There are two occasions on this day. You can choose whatever you would like to follow. It is not compulsory to do both. Have you ever watched Japanese or Korean films, or you are a big fan of them? Yes, the last one I'm going to present you a festival. The Japanese call it Tsukumi, or the Korean call it the Chuseok. That is the Mid-Autumn Festival, which is the harvest celebration just like the other harvest festival held throughout the Asia. When the moon is nearest the horizon from the earth, it's the biggest and the brightest moon ever in a year, and this is the 15th lunar month. However, every nation has their own way to celebrate this time, and in Vietnam, it's aimed to the children, who are the seed of future. To IMD 2012, the children take care, looks follow this occasion all years as they excited prepare for the lantern contest or parade, gathering noisemakers and tiny drums and putting the finishing touch in a lantern. At night, the road is full of life from not only the moon but also the children's lantern. Sometimes you can see the lion dance on the road. In this event, people had chance to enjoy a kind of cake that only have once per year. The moon cake is circular with a thick pastry shell and a thick sweet uh, inside. In the middle, they frequently included a whole salt egg yolk. Williams in 2019. If you are a foreigner who is into our nation and culture, and if you don't mind enjoying the new year in the second time in the Vietnamese way, I suggest you to arrive at about the 12th or 20th January to observe how people prepare for the biggest festival of the year. Or if you are interested in religion, you can visit us at the Lantern Festival or Vulang Festival. What about history? What about history? You may should suit to the Honking Festival. However, to those who love food and bustling atmosphere by children, the Mid-Autumn Festival will be your right choice. In short, I have described Vietnamese culture by introducing you the traditional event, festival and holidays in Vietnam. There are many of them occur in different time in a year. Why do I talk about the festival? As my purpose is to let people have a deeper understand about the Vietnamese festival, and because the traditional event is when people launch traditional activities which can be seen as a part of the culture. If you have not tried, so why don't you? Avicii said, "Life is a journey for everyone." Thank you for the listening, for listen to my topic.